What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here with a review for The Haves and the Have-Nots, Season 8, Episode 4, you guys. This episode, it was alright. It could have been better than what it was. You know, I keep forgetting to shave my face. Whatever. Also, you guys, so, with this video, in the comment section, let me know if you guys would like it. If I review, tongue-tied myself, let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like it if I review Sisters. So there's one more episode into the mid-season finale. And so I'm thinking about picking it up after the mid-season finale. I don't really like picking a show up that far into the season, but since the stories don't really move that far in Tyler Perry's world, we'll do it if you guys want me to. I think I might do it. But yeah, this is episode 4, titled The Appointment of the Haves and the Have-Nots. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this episode review, shall we? All right, you guys, so this episode picked up where the last one left off. You guys remember, Hannah was in the house with Jim and David. David called the cop. The cop came. David was telling her, "This woman assaulted me." Yes, she assaulted you because she told you not to put your hands on her, but you put your hands on her, so she clocked your motherfucking ass. So you got what was coming to you. So you guys also remember Hannah told them that she is power of attorney. So she's showing them the paperwork, and Jim is just, saying, just screaming at David. So David, eventually does look at the paperwork. So he says, "Is it real?" He says, "Yes." He said, "What lawyer drew it up?" He says, "Marty drew it up." He said, "Has it been notarized?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Has a judge signed off on it?" He says, "Yes." He named the judge who signed off on it. So now at this point, Jim is just pissed the hell off. So the cop, she asked, David if he wants to press charges against Hannah. And I'm like, for self-defense? Are you serious? The woman just told you she was defending herself. And you gonna ask him, does he want to press charges? He says, "No, I don't." So, so the cop also asked Hannah, does she want to press charges? And David was like, "Are you really asking her, does she want to press charges?" "Yes, David." "You did what?" I'm going to repeat it one more time for you, David, for your slow ass. "You touched her. She said, don't touch her. She clocked your ass. What is there you're not understanding?" So Jim is just really pissed. I just can't with Jim. I really can't. I'm going to tell you guys in a few minutes why I can't with Jim. So Jim tells David that he's going to go down there to the jail to see what the hell is going on with Catherine. So then we do see Jim. So Jim goes down to the jail, talking to Catherine, asking her what the hell is wrong with her giving the maid power of attorney. She says, "Well, Hannah, that's who you're talking about, my friend." He's like, "She's not your friend." She's like, "Yes, she is. She was like her daughter, Candace. She took $8 million from Wyatt." She says, "I'm aware." He says things are gonna backfire. I'm like, nah, Jim, things are gonna backfire against you. And at this point, because he keeps calling her the maid, which I get that is her position, but the way Jim keeps saying the maid is very derogatory for me and offensive, because it's almost as if he wants to call her gal. It's almost as if he wants to call her, I said it last week, a nigger. It just feels like those words, or black bitch. It just feels like those words want to roll off of Jim's tongue about Hannah. So Jim tells her that, she needs to sign the power of attorney over to him, and that Marty is coming down. She tells him, "Well, hell, I've already fired Marty, so ain't no point in him coming down." And once again, Jim is like, "You're gonna regret giving Hannah power of attorney." Da 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 da. Like it was just like I said. The fact is, he does not want to go to this black woman for anything. So he tells Catherine that if she doesn't, make Hannah give it, if she doesn't sign over power of attorney to him, he's gonna go and get it from Hannah. She was like, "Didn't she beat your ass the last time?" And so she hit him in the arm. She says, "Good luck with it, old buddy, old pal." I'm like, exactly. Good luck with that one, Jim. You do remember the fact that Benny wore your ass out the last time, right? Just okay. You asking for ass whooping number 2? Cool. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So to continue talking about Jim Cryer. So Jim makes it home, and we see John and Don, I think that's their names. They were outside of the door. So they come inside. So Jim is, going off on them about Hannah being power of attorney. They're saying, yeah, we were just as blindsided as you were. He's like, oh, were you now? Why didn't you guys try to call me? They said, because you were in the hospital. So, Jim is like, okay, well, I need to get a loan. I think he said 1 million or 1 point something million. They said, okay, we can do that, but you got to talk to Hannah. I got to talk to Hannah to get a loan. Yeah, because she's power of attorney. So yeah, Jim. He was like, and then this is all Catherine's money. So Catherine's money is taking care of everything where you're involved. So yes, if you want any kind of money, you're going to have to go through who? The maid. What is her name? Hannah. So pucker those lips up, Jim, and get to kissing some ass. Okay, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to kiss. Ooh, if I was Hannah, I would just enjoy every minute knowing that I got Jim Cryer by the balls. That would be amazing. So then we see Madison, and he's in bed. Now, see, this is the one thing about Tyler Perry shows that kind of just grates on my nerves just a little bit. It's how do I want to say this? And not, because I don't know who's watching this video. But the thing that kind of just gets to me is when we bring in like the characters. Like we haven't saw Colby or Madison or when is the last? Like I see, there's the thing. It's the consistency. I can't tell you the last time that I saw these characters. So then for them just to pop up out of nowhere, it's just a little it's the inconsistency for me. But other than that, everything is, besides that and a little bit of the writing, the inconsistency, because like I said, I actually have forgot about Colby, to be quite honest with you guys. So Colby comes into Madison's room, hops in bed with Madison, and Madison is telling him to get out the bed because Jeffrey's going to be back. He just went to go see a friend, and Colby's like, oh, so you believed him when he says he's going to see a friend, but you didn't believe me. And that's the other thing that's bothering me. So Madison and Jeffrey are supposed to be at this point in a semi-relationship, but Colby, who is Madison's ex-boyfriend, is still in the picture. And Jeffrey doesn't question that. I would literally question that. Like, why is your... Now, I know people are sometimes cool with their exes, but I don't... Let me know how you guys feel about that. I don't know if I could be like... I don't know. Well, not like Colby and Madison. I wouldn't be cool with that, especially if he's in the bed with you. Get the fuck out the bed. Like, y'all can be cool. Y'all can be friends, especially if your relationship ended just because you guys were in if you guys ended because you were in different spaces, or, you just realized that, your friendship was more important than the relationship, then I can understand that. But this situation right here, I don't understand it. So, Madison tells Colby that he needs to stop, with the escorting. So he hugs him, and then, he winces. It's like, what's wrong with you? He says one of his Johns got a little rough with him. So then we see Jeffrey returns, and, Colby leaves. He's talking about he's going to fix some steak. Madison says, nope, we don't want your steak. So then Madison asked Jeffrey, how was it with Wyatt? He told him that it was pretty sad, and Madison says, well, I'm going to have to go in. He says, you're going into work? He says, yeah. And he tells Jeffrey, like, why don't you stay here with Colby? And he's like, I don't know. He was like, what? Why don't you know? He brings up Veronica. I don't know why he brought up that Hellcat. But my issue would have been, because that's your ex, and I'm I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are, but, Madison convinced him to stay. We're going to move, oh God, we're going to move on, you guys. All right, you guys, next up, so we see that girl that, Charles slept with, thinking he was over Candace, and her name is Gretchen. So not Landon, but Oliver called her, and Oliver is trying to get her to come there and try to, he's trying to get her. So Oliver doesn't want not Landon, but Charles with Candace. He wants him to get with this girl Gretchen. So the reason that he wants her to get with Gretchen is, so that their families can make all kind of power plays, which I don't understand what that means, but whatever. So he keeps begging and pleading with her to come over. She's like, the last time I saw him, he talked about Candace the whole entire time. So like I said, he kept asking her to come over. So she says, okay, I'll come over. So we see David. David went down to the Iron Bone. Sandy was there. Sandy, you a bitch. Like, I just don't get Sandy. Sandy was so afraid to do, he's so afraid of the family business. But you can talk to a woman in any kind of way, and you can talk to an African American in any kind of way, but you can't fuck with the family business. How does that work, Sandy? You got to pick a struggle. So David asks for Vinny. He sees Vinny. He goes into the back office with Vinny, and David asks how is Mitch, and Vinny was like, he's fine. So then, Vinny was like, okay, let's go to the chase. Why are you here? So he says, are you protecting Candace? And Vinny was like, she did a favor for me, so I owe her a favor. He says, well, you do know that Candace took something from Jim. And Jim, I just want to know if, you're protecting Candace. And Vinny asked him, so, what did Vinny ask him? Well, who told you that? He says, well, Mitch told me that. And, I'm just trying to see if, what I need to tell Jim. So Vinny says, so you're questioning my family? He says, no, I'm not questioning your family. So he says, okay, well, we're good. You can go. So once David leaves, Vinny calls someone to have Mitch come down. Do I want to pause here and move? Yeah. No. We're going to keep going because this next scene after this one, I can't deal with it. So we see the jail cell. We see in the jail, there's a girl that's being brought in, and she's, boo-hoo crying. And she's crying. She's in the cell next to Catherine. And, Catherine is talking to her. Catherine asked her what's going on. She says she lost her kids to the father of her kids. And then, we also find out that her kids are being molested by their father. So Catherine asks, who is their father? She tells them who the father is. And Catherine says, well, you know what? Maybe I can help you. And that's pretty much it for that one. Let's move on, you guys. Oh my God, you guys, I didn't realize that there were two annoying people, basically 3 annoying people that follow each other, maybe 4. All right, you guys, so we saw Justin and Tanner in this episode. 2 characters that just, once again, popped up out of nowhere. So I guess they're still talking about the fact of when Colby was there, and Justin is saying that he didn't call Colby there. I'm honest to God, as much as Charles scenes annoy me, this one annoys me the most. Because I just cannot, for the life of me, I just don't understand Tanner. Tanner has this hatred for the fact that Justin is gay, and I keep wondering, is Tanner gay? Because I can't for the life of me understand why someone who is straight and loves women is so concerned about and it's your brother at that. Why are you concerned about who your brother is sleeping with, unless you, like men yourself, and unless you want to sleep with your brother? If you want to sleep with your brother, go ahead and say, bro, drop your drawers, let's have sex. Knock it out the park. I don't care, but I just don't understand this. I don't understand it. I'm really not understanding it. It doesn't make sense to me. I get that people in this world, I get that there are homophobes in this world, and I get that homophobes, might disown their family members, that's one thing. But I don't understand a homophobe that would go to this length that Tanner is going to. I don't understand that. That's what I'm not understanding. So the mercenary guy comes over and excuse me, y'all. He's telling Tanner that Veronica wants to see him. He's like, why does she want to see me? And, he says, you know what? No. But then Justin is telling him, don't go see her. So the more that Justin is telling him, don't go see her, Tanner says, okay, give her my phone number. So Tanner, actually, I'm going ahead and knock this shit out too. Tanner did it, Tanner called her, and I'm gonna talk about it in a minute. Actually, let's go ahead and just knock that shit out the way. So he left, the mercenary left, he went to Veronica's, gave Veronica Tanner's phone number. She called Tanner. She asked Tanner to come over. Tanner said cool. Tanner left from with Justin. Justin called Jeffrey multiple fucking times like a true stalker. So let's move on over to Charles. So Charles, he comes out of his room. He tells Oliver that he's going to be getting a massage. So Oliver mentions Gretchen to him. And Charles is looking at him like, I don't care about Gretchen. So, what's his name? Oliver calls Gretchen, says he doesn't want to see you. She said, I told you that in the first fucking place, but I'm on my way. I'm just like, oh my God. Actually, let's go ahead and just continue talking about Justin and him. Like I said earlier, Justin was calling Jeffrey. Jeffrey, you guys know he's still with Colby. So Colby answered the phone. He's like, who is Justin? Is it that cop? So he answers the phone. He pretends like he's Jeffrey for a minute. And then, he tells, I don't know why he said, we're too busy having sex. If you're too busy having sex, I don't know. If you're too busy having sex, you won't answer the phone. But Justin ain't that bright to know that. Yeah, let's stop there and move on and wrap this episode up. Because with these characters, Justin, Tanner, Colby. Actually, I like Colby when he's not being so extra. But Justin, Tanner, Charles, Oliver, Landon, Gretchen. First of all, why? Again, Gretchen came out of no fucking where. I didn't even know who she was until, actually, I knew who she was because they showed her in, previously on the Haves and the Have-Nots. I'm like, why are they showing that chick? Should have put two and two together that she was in the episode. Let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys, and then let's wrap the episode up. So Mitch is still in. See, that's the other thing with the show, the continuity. We didn't get Candace, Mitch, and Benny. We didn't get them until the end of the episode. And you guys know that they're getting ready to go out to eat. So, Mitch is talking to Candace, complimenting her on her shoes, complimenting her on her toes, and she's like, "What are you doing?" So Benny comes out and, they get ready to go. And as they're getting ready to leave, there's a knock at the door. So Mitch opens the door. And who's at the door? Landon. Landon is another character that really annoys me. He is a thirsty gay. Like, he is so thirsty. Because because he saw Benny and Mitch being thirsty as usual. I'm going to keep my comment to myself because I was about to say something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. So Benny and Mitch didn't want to leave Landon with Candace, but Candace was like, you guys go downstairs, I'll meet you down there. So Landon, he's talking to Candace. She said, did he send you? He said, yes. So he asked her about the pregnancy test. She said, I haven't. She said, I haven't taken it. But how did you know? He sent you, didn't he? She says, yes. He said, did he send you so that tell me to keep the baby? He says, no, he doesn't know anything about this. She was like, well, how do you know? So then he's talking about the reporters that's following her. He said, well, did your mom call you? She says, why would she call me? He says, because a reporter reached out to her. What else? I'm trying to remember what all they was saying in this scene. Because it wasn't a lot, because she actually told him to leave. And then, she said, do I need to call my brother in here? Again, being thirsty, he wants him. But yeah, that was pretty much it. You know, she was talking about she told him she hasn't taken the pregnancy test. What else? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So then let's move over to the end of the episode, Hannah. So we see Hannah and she is getting ready for bed. So she goes into, she's, in her closet or bathroom. I can't. It looked like a bathroom and a closet, whichever. But she's getting ready for bed. So as she's getting ready to go into the room, she looks and who's in the room? Jim is in the room. I guess he's there to be Big Bad Jim, beat on his big old monkey chest and scare her. Okay. Whatever, Jim. I hope she has a knife, ice pick, or something. Just stab him in that flesh wound and make that little bitch cry. But you guys, that was the haves and the have-nots. The episode, like I said, it actually really wasn't a lot in the episode. We didn't get much out of the episode. Actually, we didn't get anything out of the episode, the more I think about it. It actually just, to me, it actually felt like a little bit of a filler episode, because I mean, there was nothing major in this episode. I don't think anything major happens until next week. I think. Just looking at the preview. Big Bad Hannah. But yeah, you guys, that was it. Be sure to like this video, leave your comments, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else. Share this video. And until the next one, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, wash your hands, wear your mask, socially distance, and also I do want to say, you guys, I know that I gripe about the show. That doesn't mean that I don't like it. It just means that there are certain things that just again, it's the continuity sometimes. But I do enjoy the show, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be on here talking about it with you guys. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.